Hello friends, and welcome back to Simply Sakura. I hope you're all doing well today. My name is Gary Sakura, and this is my MotoVlog and true crime stories. I simply drive around on my motorbike and I tell true crime stories. And if you're new here, welcome, and I am so glad that you decided to stop by. Do you love true crime or unsolved mysteries while enjoying a different, unique type of a motovlog? Then I suggest that you hit that subscribe button down below. I don't want you to miss out on any of my future true crime stories. Last week I talked about 4 true crime stories while I continued to film throughout the Panama City, Florida area. Hey, if you missed it, no worries. Simply click on the link on the upper right hand corner now and you'll magically appear. It's supposed to rain here shortly, and as you can see, the rain clouds are certainly moving in again. One thing that I wanted to quickly mention before we begin today is that I got a job offer to work in the Atlanta, Georgia area, Marietta to be exact. It's a promotion, so I'm totally looking forward to it. I may be moving here shortly, so I wanted everyone to know that if you don't see any new content posted for a bit, please hang around. I will most certainly continue posting once I get settled into the Atlanta area. With that, let's dive right in. Our first true crime story of the day takes place in Spartanburg, South Carolina, where a 41-year-old man has been charged for indecent exposure. Police saw a man strolling in his birthday suit in the early morning hours on April Fool's Day on a Spartanburg, South Carolina street. Officers said that he was doing a walk of shame as penance for cheating on his wife, according to the online arrest report. Investigators say that Michael Boatman, age 41, and pictured here, was spotted by a sheriff's deputy around 1:10 in the morning as he walked on a Spartanburg street with just a clear bag covering his genitals and a marijuana joint in his other hand. Boatman, one cop reported, explained that he was doing a walk of shame which he needed to complete for his wife. A second officer noted that Boatman said that he had cheated on his wife and he had to complete a walk of shame. Boatman also reportedly referenced Adam and Eve in the Bible, stating that he was willing to go to jail for his ex. 2 Spartanburg County Sheriff officers noted that Boatman, a Spartanburg resident, also admitted to earlier taking meth. Boatman stated that he had to keep going and began to walk away. Then he began running from the deputies. Well, it didn't take long before Boatman was taken to the ground and handcuffed. After being placed in a squad car, Boatman said that he would try to escape from jail while groaning that he did not have until tomorrow, demanding that one of the deputies shoot him now. Boatman was charged with an indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, marijuana possession, and resisting arrest. According to online court records, Boatman has a lengthy criminal history, which includes 3 separate domestic violence convictions. Boatman is now at the Spartanburg County Detention Center. Our second true crime story of the day takes place in Knoxville, Tennessee, where 2 women were busted for trying to use a $1 million bill. 2 women, Amanda McCormick, age 31, pictured here, and Linda Johnson, age 61, sought to use a $1 million bill to purchase merchandise at a Dollar General store in Knoxville, Tennessee. According to investigators, the dynamic duo appeared at the convenience store attempting to use the counterfeit bill, but was foiled by a sensible Dollar General employee who decided to call the police instead. A sheriff's deputy was dispatched to the Dollar General for a suspicious incident. He spoke with Amanda McCormick, who possessed the counterfeit bill. McCormick, who lives about 4 miles from the store, was accompanied by her relative, Linda Johnson. McCormick told the cop that she had received the $1 million bill in the mail from a church, but she was unable to provide additional information about the claimed house of worship's generosity. As detailed in an online report, McCormick had a shopping cart full of various items from inside the store, including hundreds of gift cards to various businesses. McCormick claimed that she was going to use the money to purchase items for care packages to distribute to homeless people. When questioned by the deputy, Johnson denied knowledge of the $1 million bill and said she was only riding with Miss McCormick to run errands that day. While the incident was classified by the sheriff's office as fraud by false pretenses, McCormick and Johnson were not arrested. The counterfeit bill was, however, confiscated by police and placed into evidence. Sadly, though, the online report does not address several obvious questions. Why did McCormick think a church would give her $1 million? Was McCormick actually under the impression that the United States Mint had produced $1 million bills? Did she plan on loading the gift cards with 6-digit sums of money? Or did she expect the Dollar General to simply make change? The U.S. Department of Treasury says it has gotten many inquiries about whether a $1 million bill has ever been officially produced. Though they haven't, such bills were actually produced as part of an art series. While they didn't violate U.S. law, $1 million bills are certainly not redeemable. The two women both now have been banned from the Dollar General store. All right, quick update. I had to pull over for a bit because once again it started to rain. Thank goodness it was only a drizzle, and now it looks like it cleared up for a bit. We're supposed to get more heavy rains here within the hour, so hopefully I'll make it back home before the downpour starts. I had to take off my jacket, so it's not an optical illusion. The humid air is now upon us, and the jacket had to come off. With that, let's get back to our true crime stories, shall we? Our third true crime story of the day takes place in Detroit, Michigan, where a man was arrested for playing with an Elmo doll. While unaware that he was being recorded by a nursery camera, a Michigan home inspector pleasured himself with an Elmo doll, according to online records. Kevin Wayne VanLuven, yes, you heard me right, VanLuven, age 59, pictured here, was arrested on a pair of misdemeanor charges stemming from an unsettling incident at a residence in the Detroit suburb. Investigators say VanLuven had been hired by the homeowners to inspect their property prior to a sale. The owners told police that they left VanLuven and the buyer's real estate agent into the home. Then they departed the residence during the inspection. While away from the property, a 22-year-old female homeowner received an alert on her phone that a web camera had detected movement in the resident's nursery. The woman then accessed the camera feed, and she was shocked at what she saw. She saw VanLuven masturbating in the nursery. At that point, she began to record the incident. VanLuven then apparently picked up the Elmo doll from the nursery floor and appeared to be pleasuring himself with it. Pictured here, and thanks to the hidden web camera, you can plainly see VanLuven with the furry Sesame Street character firmly in his hand. Pictured here shows VanLuven apparently touching himself with his back turned away from the camera. Pictured here shows the 59-year-old who turns around while appearing to fiddle with his zipper fly and starts to walk back across the nursery. The last picture shown here, VanLuven appears to be returning the toy to where he found it after using the child's toy to pleasure himself. After the homeowners called 911, sheriff deputies confronted VanLuven, who claimed to only have moved the doll to inspect an electrical outlet. But when cops told him that there was a web camera in the nursery, VanLuven reportedly made incriminating statements and apologized for his actions. Charged with aggravated indecent exposure and malicious destruction of property under $200, VanLuven was booked into the county jail, where he is being held in lieu of a $2,500 bond. A judge has directed VanLuven to undergo mental health evaluation and has been prohibited from being alone in any residential property that he does not own. Additionally, he has been ordered to have a no contact with the Oxford Township homeowners. I wonder if VanLuven qualifies for the federal pandemic unemployment plan. What do you guys think? If convicted of indecent exposure charge, VanLuven faces up to 2 years in prison. The property destruction count carries a maximum penalty of about 3 months in jail. Sicko. Our fourth true crime story of the day takes place in Iowa City, Iowa, where a drunken college student ended up passing out only to wake up the very next morning dazed and confused to who that real knob gobbler was. An extremely intoxicated partygoer who thought his girlfriend was performing a sex act upon him was actually being molested by an Iowa man who is now facing a sexual abuse charge, according to online records. Investigators and DNA evidence linked defendant Kyle Ahrens, age 20 and pictured here, to the assault of the victim, an Illinois college student who was attending a party at the Iowa City apartment that his girlfriend shares with Ahrens and other roommates. As detailed in police and court records, the victim admitted that he had drank way too much and was completely intoxicated when his girlfriend took him into the bedroom so that he could get some rest. The man recalled his girlfriend lying with him until he fell asleep. The victim told police that his next memory was his pants being pulled down and someone starting to perform oral sex on him, adding that he kept his eyes closed and thought it was his girlfriend performing oral sex on him, so he let it continue. Afterward, though, the victim said he heard the bedroom door open and he saw what appeared to be a flash from a cell phone photo being taken by a male with a beard who was backing out of the room. When the victim awoke the next morning, his girlfriend said that she was not the one performing oral sex on him, and that the description of the bearded man matched exactly Ahrens, one of her roommates. Upon being confronted by cops, Ahrens denied sexual contact with the victim, and he claimed that he blacked out due to drinking too much and didn't remember anything from the night of the incident. But Ahrens was certain that there was no reason why his DNA would be on the victim or his clothing, according to online records. However, lab tests on the victim's underwear returned a DNA profile that exactly matched Ahrens, triggering his arrest for sexual abuse. In addition to getting a search warrant to obtain DNA, police also received court permission to seize Ahrens' iPhone and to search it for any photos or video of the victim. Ahrens, however, pleaded not guilty to the felony count, and he was free on bond. Ahrens is scheduled for a trial starting on August 10th. If convicted of sexual abuse, Ahrens could face up to 10 years in prison. Anyway, this concludes today's motovlog and true crime stories with Simply Sakura. I do hope you found these 4 stories interesting. There are plenty more motovlog and true crime stories coming out very soon. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and if you have any comments, I highly encourage that you leave them down below. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll see you soon.
I would love it, mostly figured out by now. Tired of them bringing me down.
Which birds steal soap from the bath? Robber ducks. My grandmother put wheels on her rocking chair. I guess she wanted to rock and roll. Did you hear about the musician who got arrested? She got herself into trouble.
Don't care if I'm running out of time.
What's Whitney Houston's favorite type of coordination? And I... What, you didn't like that? Dad, I'm cold. Go stand in the corner. It's 90 degrees. And now, the top 5 mugshots of the week.
Find some peace of mind.